Yo, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the new video. Today I wanted to share a free trading journaling tool that I've been using recently. I just came across it and I'm like, oh, that's super cool. How did I not think about this or know about this? So I wanted to share it with you guys here. So super quick, I'm not the person who came up with this idea, I'm not trying to take credit for it. Simply just wanted to spread the word and share a bit about my own personal experiences. If you do know who first came up with this, drop it in the comments so I can give them their proper credit. But yeah, let's hop into it. As you can see here on my screen, obviously from the title too, you can tell that it's using your own personal Discord server to kind of host your trading journal here. Now, I like using a Discord server because it's one app that I'm probably already using for my trading Discords, for other Discords. So you're already on it. You don't need another site. You don't need another app to use. And it's free, which is great. You can use that money towards other tools, towards other risk capital. So yeah, I can just store my thought stream here, my trade documents, journals, different charts I want to reference back to. So let's break down all of that and how I'd go about setting up a new Discord journal. All right, so running through creating a new server, you'll simply hit this little plus, add a server here. There are some templates you can use, but we'll just go create my own because we don't need anything too crazy. We'll go for me and my friends. Now it is a name, so I will say this is Lincoln's trading journal. Next, you can upload a little photo, and in light of the recent Bitcoin price action, I'll be putting Dan Penna there. If you know, you know.
Zero.
Now, to start off, we've got a general text and a general voice channel, so let's add to it. Now, what you can do is keep the general tab a bit. Maybe this is your rules. Maybe it's 1R equals $100, and then that's the max risk. So you're never checking, you know you have these rules written down, helps with discipline there. Maybe you want to put your trade checklist here or some other really general stuff to kind of quickly reference back to. This channel, at least for me, won't be filled too much. This is simply just quick reference material with not a ton of reading to do. Now, my next text channel I like to add is something called a thought journal. I am a big yapper, believe me, so I like just having a place where I can just kind of dump my thoughts. Maybe however I'm feeling that day, or just some random thoughts about the market, about trading, about frustrations, about wins, anything like that. So this text channel here can literally just be a stream of random thoughts for whatever you think about whenever, to just get it out there so you can see it. Maybe even use that to analyze, have some data there. Okay, when I'm thinking this, how is my trading doing? What's happening when I feel a certain way? Just a tip there. Next channel I will add is a chart journal. So for these, I'll show you a screenshot here of kind of my own chart journal, what an example would look like. They aren't necessarily trades from my actual journal of live trades I've taken. Instead, they're charts I just like to go back and reference. I'm like, okay, this is a cool point here. I want to note this and maybe reference back to it at some point. My next text channel is called backtesting here. Here is where I post my own backtesting results. Also some different backtesting ideas too. You can even type them out, send it, and then reply to that own text later on when you do test it. So you have a reference point for both of those there. This is great just to help build conviction and add data there for yourself. My next channel here is called Daily Plan. This is what I do every day when you sit down, say at market open, for your plan for the day. This really helps you stay disciplined, stay objective, say, hey, what levels am I looking at? If this happens, how will I react? What do I plan on doing? This can also help prevent you from just taking random trades throughout the day because you're bored. You're like, oh, was I looking at that earlier in my daily plan? Or is just some random level I just made up because I want to take a trade today? So that's the kind of stuff that's important here. So for example, I'll say today is Friday, July 5th. BTC, I'm looking at the 100 EMA on the daily chart at 58.2K. And I will short a retest of that. Boom, do that, label your other pairs, label your overall thoughts and plans for the day for you to reference back and just stay organized in that sense. Now, after that, this can also be in your general channel if you want to keep it a bit simpler. But my next channel is called my trade checklist. This is where I have my list of rules such as, hey, I need horizontal SR. It needs to be in line with the trend. So I just have a quick reference sheet where when I'm looking at a trade, I can say, hey, does it meet this, this, and this? And that will help you get rid of a bunch of really stupid trades where you might just be making a simple mistake, forgetting your rules, and it can just help eliminate all those so that you can refine and really get into the details and learn from your trades in that sense. It's not like, oh, I lost this trade because it wasn't at any support, that kind of stuff there. My next and last two channels, which can always be reorganized, is for my actual live trades. I personally have found success in separating the winners, and I create one for the losers. This just helps me kind of say, hey, in the winners, what's working? Let's build confidence. Let's remember this. Does this look similar to what the chart looks like now? What's going on there? Losers, obviously great for reflecting, figuring out what went wrong in that sense too. So now in these channels here, next what I do is I create a template that I will always reference to for when I'm putting in a new trade. So I will paste this down in the description for you guys to use yourself and copy and paste. But here's the format I use. I document the date, ticker, screenshot of setup. You can copy images over from TradingView or just paste the TradingView link in there and they'll be linked in. Direction, time frame, risk percent, setup name, your reason for your entry, trends. In my system, I'm using the Stoch RSI, risk reward, entry price, stop loss, take profit. Did I trade my plan? Results, emotions when taking the trade, feedback notes to self, could I have gotten a better entry? So these are all stuff, obviously you fill in the information you know, like your emotions, entry, exit, when you're taking the trade, and then you reflect back and add to it. You can just edit the post later once your trade is closed. And I also add charts in there as well. This is what it looked like before. This is what it looked like after when I'm fully closed. And you can even annotate those charts as well too. So use this in both your winners and losers. You can just kind of send it as your first message there. And then what I like to do is come down and pin the message. Okay, pin it. And then no matter where you are, no matter how much you've written, you can always go top right to your pins and see your pins there and jump to that message. You can copy and paste it for your next trade. So I'll do this in both the winners and losers there. So yeah, those are it for my main text channels. Of course, you should be creative, add stuff that'll be useful for you or take away and simplify if you find that good as well. Now, here's just a couple tips to use for getting the best out of your Discord trading journal here. My first one is use consistent language. For example, if I'm trading Bitcoin and I want to label it as a ticker there, I want to be consistent and say, hey, maybe it's always going to be $BTC or $WITH. I'm not going to say, oh, Bitcoin sometimes or BIT or BTC, because then later on I'll be able to search and filter through, say, hey, I want trades relating to BTC. I can click and find all of these here in my winners or in both channels if you combine the channels when you start. And it's just so much easier versus, oh, did I miss a Bitcoin trade because I wrote it out as Bitcoin and not $BTC? So just something to keep in mind there too. Do that with your direction of trades, your different risk percentage, the label of your setup, that kind of stuff. So another cool feature is threads in Discord. But as you're making your server, you do want to keep this in mind. Say this BTC entry right here is like a full journal entry of a trade, and I want to create a thread to document my Bitcoin trades. So what I'll do is I'll take this message and I'll do create thread and we'll do BTC trades. Now I can just add something to it because I can't create the thread without typing a message, which I can delete later. But once that's there, I now have this thread here. So you can use this to organize different thoughts if you just want smaller sections there. Every time you take a Bitcoin trade, you can make sure it's copy and pasted into the thread. One thing is you can't really add existing messages into the thread, like you can't drag and drop and replace them. So your best bet is to just copy and paste them over or just originally do them in the thread as well. So that's going to be it for the video. Hopefully you all enjoyed and could learn a little something. If you have any useful tips that you want to share, I really would love to hear them. So please comment those down below so that we can all learn from you there. That's going to be it for this video. I'll see you guys all in the next video.